Greetings, one and all. I am Brother Kenneth here, and it is again the art of the deals. We're going to talk about something of a superstition. We're going to go over a little detail, and I want you to use your critical thinking mind to some degree. You should have it naturally there, your common sense, as people call. Even if you don't know the catechism, you don't understand all the 10 Commandments, and the way that thou shalt not kill can mean that if you ruin someone's reputation, you destroy their life, that you actually broke that commandment too. Okay, but this is about the St. Joseph statue helping you to sell your house. Now, I know the other denominations are like, yeah, you can't pray and worship Saint. You're not praying and worship, okay? Honor and veneration. The Holy Family, St. Joseph, very significant person in Jesus' life, and I don't know where it came from, as though it's like, I'm not a historian. I did a documentary about succubus and incubus, and they didn't use my footage at all where I'm talking about what it really is. They put Michelle Bellinger on there, and they let her have the floor, and all she did is talk about the folklore, the legend, and the myth. Doesn't give you any facts about what a succubus and incubus is, and how to deal with them or anything like that, which is what I was hoping they were going to do. There's a lot of misinformation out there, myth. I don't know where Catholics got this idea that when you want to sell your house, that you dig a hole, you put a St. Joseph statue in the ground, upside down, and then you bury it. Where did they get that from? Doesn't that sound like Santeria? St. Jude statue, St. Christopher, and you name it. Cutting a chicken's head off. You know, they mix the two things, this pagan ritual, and they mix the intercession of the saints. But the fact that they're doing cutting the chicken head off, and some of the denominations confuse Santeria with Catholic. You know, like they don't have enough error in themselves already on those ideas about the Catholic Church. That there's a lot of that out there. And what we're seeing there is basically a person, when they cut the chicken's head off in front of a saint statue or image icon, is that they're actually treating it like a god or a goddess. Santeria is basically some mix of Catholic saints and so forth, mixed with voodoo. It is a dangerous mix. It no longer exists as anything Catholic or Christian anymore because they added that into it. It is fully a pagan. It doesn't matter. Look at Solomon. You know, he was supposed to be a Jew, but he played with his wives, you know, on this pagan ritual stuff. You can't have two gods. So you're taking St. Joseph in this case, and instead of cutting a chicken's head off, you're actually putting it upside down in the ground. That sounds more like Satanism, a brand of Satanism. There's this element we always know from all the haunted house movies, is that they'll turn crucifixes upside down on the wall. They'll hide them, they'll bend them, they'll break the figure off of the cross. And when it depends on the variance of degrees of the demonic haunting, you know, how powerful the demon may be, how much that it has manifested, which can give the illusion of a more powerful demon, as we talked about once before. But you have to open up your mind a little bit on this with critical thinking. I'm saying critical thinking because it doesn't seem to come in as common sense with people. It's like, what part of this do you think is okay? Why don't we take a Blessed Mother statue and hang her from fish line right from our ceiling in here? Why don't we just set it on its head in the corner, a statue of the Sacred Heart? No, on top of that, they bury it like you do a dead person. What case do you remember ever hearing any ritual or anything in the Roman Catholic Church where they actually bury a statue? We do not bury statues that are for reminders of honor and veneration. The great saint of St. Joseph. You know, you don't hear much. There's no gospel of St. Joseph or anything like that. But we understand some things about him that makes him significant, besides being the foster father of Jesus, that he was basically entrusted with Mary and Jesus to be the father of the household. And beyond that, Blessed Mother and Joseph were both virgins until they died. Joseph did not, and it's in the Bible, I repeat, did not have kids from another marriage. He did not. We are lesser than the saints. We have not achieved this yet. Look in the mirror. You're a sinner. You have not achieved it yet. We're going to let this one go at that. So basically, superstition. Don't cater to superstition. Okay, some superstitions are worse than others, but this superstition is to desecrate an image of St. Joseph. It doesn't matter what saint it is. Why don't you go in front of a St. Joseph statue and then cut the chicken head off to sell your house. If you're going to sell your soul just to sell your house, thing like, hey, I'm going to, save my family all this money. Don't do that. End justifies the means. No, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Don't be Solomon. Don't mix. Remember that's what happened with the Jews so many times. They found it convenient not to wait on God, but to go to gods and goddesses when they need something quicker. Oh, on whatever reason they gave it a justification. But that was always the same reason, some justification. But I'm going to go here before I really get worked up. All right, anyway, guys, be good. God bless. We'll see you next time on The Art of the Deals, or rather, you'll see me. Take care.